Hello, everybody. So, this is the after show for episode 10, the final episode of My Magic Prophecy. It's over. I'm always totally satisfied and bummed out when a show ends. Like, I love having that feeling of just everything's all wrapped up and tied in a bow and just complete, and we have that closure. And usually ends in like a really happy note, and it's like, it just feels so good. And then there's that moment of, oh my God, it's over. And maybe we'll get a special episode, maybe not, probably not. And that's it. That's it. That's all she wrote. And that always makes me sad. So it's like a mix. I'm in a mixed feelings right now. Okay, so let's talk about the final episode. So I had like no idea what was going to happen because like episode 9 really wrapped up a few things, but I think the things that I said actually happened. So I was like, we needed to have some sort of resolution with the Karn and Tap situation, which we totally got. And then I was like, the only other thing I could think of was Tap and his dad, which we got. And they were both so well done and so emotionally charged that I cried, obviously. So let's talk about Tap and Karn, also Pong as well. So I think because Pong is like some of the secondary characters, I kind of didn't really think about the impact it would have had on him. Like, they were all friends. Like, he obviously didn't have as long of a friendship as Karn and Tap did, but they were all friends. And that would be so hard for all of them, but yeah, Pong included. Like I trusted you. He's like, I trusted you. How could you do this? Why did you do this? And how he was like, I stood up for you. When people suspected you, I thought, there's no way this could happen. I really am glad that we got some sort of moment for that. And then him and Top out in the hall. Because this wasn't just, Karn and Tap being impacted by this whole weird situation. It was Pong as well, and a lot of other people. So I'm glad that he got that moment. And also the moment with Tap and Karn and their conversation. And you could see like it took a bit, like, for Karn to like take down that wall that he had up to come to the point where he's like, I'm so sorry. Like, I'm sorry. It was a lot. Like, how do you forgive somebody for trying to kill you, even though they were your friend? That whole storyline is actually really, really sad. And then we have him and his dad, which of course I cried and cried and cried. I think, honestly, being a parent, I get very emotional with parent storylines because I am a parent, and I'm a parent of older people. Yes, that seemed weird to say it like that, but yeah, they're older, and like, so I understand. Like, even when he was like, was I too harsh on you? I was a first time dad. You're the oldest, like, didn't know I didn't know what I was doing. Hi. I still feel like I don't know what I'm doing. But that whole scene was beautifully done, and I don't really have much to say about it other than it was really, really good, and it was really good. I really liked seeing Tap. That part of his character, like with his dad, and it did almost seem like he was in that a child space, like how you can, I don't know how to explain that, but it was just, he didn't have to be in control. He didn't have to be, you know, the strong one. He didn't have to be all of these things. Like, he could just be himself and be that his son. I don't know. I don't know if that makes sense. It makes sense to me, and I'm having a very hard time like putting it out there. But yes, this whole episode was good. It gave us a lot of closure. It kind of just wrapped everything up. It was so cute with the two of them, and that scene at the end when he was at the graveyard. Come on. That was emotional. And then that cute little extra, like, interview was freaking adorable, and they were so funny. Like, they just seemed really authentic. They seemed authentic in their laughter and how they were, like, acting with each other. I really, really like that. That was really cool. That was such a nice bonus for us fans. Um, but I would say, let's just say, like, the show overall, this whole series overall, it was so funny because it almost felt like 2 stories. Like, I feel like we had 2 separate stories. Like, we had this whole arc and storyline with literally with just tapping in and healing and falling in love and all of that. And then we had this whole other one where it's like he's on the run because someone's trying to murder him. There's this whole like murder mystery going on and crimes and this friendship where he's actually the bad guy. Like there was a whole lot going on, but it felt like 2 completely different stories that somehow managed to exist within one show. But it was so good. This show came out of left field for me. I didn't expect to not that I didn't expect to enjoy it. That is not what I mean. I didn't expect to be as sucked in as hard as I was. Like that show, it's like it literally reached out and pulled me in before I even knew it. Like so completely consumed and in love with everything that happened. Like I was not disappointed or anything at any point. Like I loved every single minute of this show. Like no notes. No notes. It was just so good and I love that they were adults and I'm not saying I don't love like school and high school and university. Like that's not the thing, but I just feel like there's different things at stake when they're adult characters in an adult world, you know, working and marriage and everything like that. So it was just beautiful. It was beautifully done. I loved all the little bits of culture and tradition that we got from like when in and Tapper in the mountains. I just loved everything about it. I just loved it. I loved it. I loved it. That's all I'm gonna say now. I just loved it. Thank you guys again, everyone who watched these videos, who watched my reaction videos. It means a lot to me. I really appreciate your support here and over on Patreon. Like, it's been such an amazing thing for me. Let's not cry. Let's just wrap it up. But I cannot wait to watch another series with you, and who knows what it will be. If you have any suggestions, write it in the caption.